super loved one. Welcome back to another healing session. I realized after doing the last healing session that it's so tempting to want to work out a format for a spread to do, but I actually feel that these videos are really supposed to just intuitively let the energy talk to us and guide us and see what needs to be healed at any given moment. So I am sort of unprepared, never really, of course, but unprepared for this video, and I'm just going to allow spirits to get through with the messages. The video is intended to be timeless. I'm recording it halfway through May 2020. Let's just see what's going on in the world, or in the world of healing, I should say, for the collective. For me, the collective is people who identify with terms like light workers, light bringers, healers, coaches, alternative therapists or holistic therapists, people with an interest in spirituality, people with an interest in awareness. All of these types of interests are who these videos are meant for. So I really hope they are serving you. My main subject is romantic relationships, and I am also working on a book that the manuscript is titled Super Loved Relationship. Super Loved Relationship is a relationship where two romantic partners are using their relationship to learn to love more unconditionally. So that term is meant as a new term in addition to terms like karmic partners and twin flames and soulmates, because I sometimes feel that people are getting a bit too focused on finding a soulmate, where in my opinion, if you look at relationships from a spiritual point of view, you could argue that any relationship is a soulmate type of relationship. And of course, we are being fed all the romantic imagery and the fairy tales in the Western world most of us grow up in. At least I'm assuming the people who are watching this are mostly from the Northern Hemisphere. And it might trip us up, the search for twin flames or a soulmate relationship, or believing that some karmic partner is blocking the road to a soulmate relationship. Those beliefs can actually be, blocking, basically. I was going to say damaging. They're not really damaging. They are just lessons to learn. And in addition to that, aside from the terms, distracting us from what's really important, any relationship you have is able to teach you lessons. Whether they are positive or neutral or negative, they all serve their purpose. So it's up to you to discover what your lessons are and learn them or not. You're free to choose. And any partnership you might have also serves as a mirror. So it's always, if you are in a relationship, the relationship is always mirroring back to you what's happening inside of you. And some of the things that are happening inside you, you are aware of, and other things you are completely unaware of. And therefore, they might be very triggering. They might make you angry or frustrated, or say, we can never really deal with a money subject, or raising children, or we're not aligned as far as politics are concerned, or I'm very spiritual and he's very rational. All these types of differences are really showing us something about ourselves. And that's very difficult. That's very difficult sometimes to look at, because it makes you realize, if you dig deeper, that you have to sort of make peace with what's happening inside you before that peace can actually be projected in your relationship and be reflected back to you. So most of my work is helping people with romantic partnerships, but in the end, we are never really talking about romantic partnerships, but we are talking about the relationship to ourselves. And that's very difficult, but it's my favorite thing, because really once you learn to understand the dynamics in your relationship with you, you are so much more able to improve your existing love relationship, or you are so much more able to attract a love partnership that is resembling what you are dreaming of. And as long as you are not able to deal with your unconscious fears or beliefs that are blocking your manifestation, it's not going to happen. And that's okay, you know? We always find a way to blame ourselves for something. So then we go like, oh, so I'm not doing it right. Oh, I'm not learning the lessons. Yes, you are. You really are. And sometimes it just takes a while for something to really settle. It's like every time you think about your lessons, every time you speak about it, every time you meditate or you write in your journal or you listen to a podcast that's inspiring, you read an inspiring book, you are feeding the seed you have already planted. If your intention for yourself is to clear the blocks that are in the way of you, living with a free flowing energy that is able to manifest, if that is your intention, anything you do is feeding that seed. So trust in your process, because certain things you can solve in one go and other things just take time. And that's all right. What do they say? Like Rome and something weren't built in the same day. Some things take time, and that's all right. Having said this, I've already said way too much because my intention for this video was to keep it brief. I already have not managed to do that. Spirit, what can you talk to us about? What can you tell us about what needs healing or addressing? The Magician. Oh my goodness. I was just talking about manifestation being blocked. This is like the Magician card in the tarot, but it's upside down. So it's the dark Magician in this deck. It's a twin tarot oracle deck. So in this case, the Magician might feel blocked from his ability to manifest. Like the dark magician, the magician upside down is about manifestation. It's about having the tools in your hands. It's a very masculine energy. It's about aligning what you need and knowing that you can manifest. The upside down version says you are probably not having faith in your ability to manifest, and that you can address because you are a very powerful creator. And we all are, not just you, not just me. Anybody has the ability to create because we are walking, talking energy magnets, basically. So what needs healing is our faith in ourselves, our trust in our ability to create, and our knowledge that we already possess what it takes to be able to manifest what we need. What else? The High Priestess. Also the dark side. Yeah. I just finished recording the Super Love Relationship update, and this High Priestess came out as well as a message for the coming period or coming week. And although this is timeless, it's funny that she comes out again, because she might be the reason that you are feeling blocked. In the upside down version, the High Priestess is about like working really hard to get to your intuition, and by trying too hard, you are blocking it. Guidance is not able to reach you if you are constantly in your head weighing things, reading things, constantly pushing yourself. That is blocking your ability to create, and so therefore that's impacting your ability to manifest. And it's funny because in the tarot, this is the first and this is the second card. We are getting 1 and 2 here, and the dark side of both of them, but they are like the balance of masculine, feminine. She is the intuitive knowing side, and he is the material manifestation side. So we are needing to work on our inner balance here. And the key to that, I feel, is letting go a little bit. Do you have another theme that you want to talk about? No, actually, this is it. So this is beautiful because this is about the balance of these two powerful energies. Now I also understand why my introduction was a bit long, talking about twin flames and karmic partners and that stuff, which is very interesting for me, by the way. I totally believe in the labels and I can relate to them, but it's just, they have been getting a bit too much attention, making people feel like if they're not in a twin flame relationship, then maybe it's not the right relationship for them. When my message is, you are always in the right relationship for you at that particular time, even if it's not a great relationship. And that's very difficult. I acknowledge that completely because I've been there myself. However, it doesn't mean you don't like your experience or it makes you sad or frustrated or feel drained for whatever reason. It still is a very important lesson. And you talk about masculine and feminine energies, and I see that a lot on YouTube, that people are talking about, the divine masculine is, trying to connect to the divine feminine, talking about like manifested relationships between men and women, or even same-sex oriented relationships. But really, it's about understanding that all of us embody these two types of energies. You are masculine energy and you are feminine energy. And like union with a twin flame can only occur if you are balancing your masculine and feminine energy within yourself and you reach union there. And that's first and foremost what needs to happen, without dependencies on outside happenings, or the twin flame needs to come into my life because otherwise I won't be happy. It's not like that. And any relationship, whether it's with a twin flame or a soulmate, or you feel like it's not with any of those types of connections, is still able to teach you love. So we're talking about balancing our own masculine and feminine energies here to create like the positive yin yang that's already manifesting here. I'm just going to draw a card for the masculine energy here and a card for the feminine energy to maybe just clarify this a little bit further. And let's see. Yeah, see, so the magician gets the victim mentality consciousness. So that might also be preventing him from feeling like he's able to create what he wants. And for her, the High Priestess is taking steps. And if she is continuously taking steps, like all the time, she doesn't stop to rest. She doesn't stop to integrate. But you need integration time, Look at if I don't know if you practice sports or if you watch sports, but you can't always be practicing or exercising. You can only build a muscle if it gets time to recover. You can only hear sound if there is in between also moments of silence. So these types of energies, they need to be healed. Now let's see what we can do to balance this energy and get them in a positive setup in this healing session. Can you please give us guidance on how to balance the masculine and feminine energy in ourselves as sort of a practice to feel better? Let's do 3. I like doing 3. It's like the Holy Trinity. Okay. Yeah, what's immediately coming to mind is as above, so below. because we get emotions, which is the sacral chakra, we get action, which is the base chakra, the root chakra, and we get the mind, which is the third eye. So to be able to get to our intuition, because this is like the High Priestess, right? This is what she's trying to do. She's trying to open the window and see in different levels of consciousness, get access to information that's in different energy vibrations. In order to be able to do that, we need to free up the energy that's blocked in our lower regions. So that means working on your root chakra and your sacral chakra, because things might be blocked there. And maybe it's time to put down all of your tools and to put down your meditation pillow or your writing journal and just go for a walk because you are going for a walk. Not because you need to heal something or because you need to fix something. Just go for the walk because you go for the walk, to go be outside. And then you can maybe stamp on the ground, jump up and down a little bit. Let's get the blood pumping, get your heart rate up a little bit, but start connecting to your body, because that might also help you feeling your emotions and expressing them. I'm also feeling that some of us are dealing with emotions that are very repressed. Like we might be very scared, we might be very sad, but we are keeping that in, and that's not helping. So to bring back the balance, we have to get moving, and emotions are also movement. So this is talking about movement in the most literal sense of the word. Go dancing, go running, do yoga, take deep breaths to begin with, and this will start moving. And then the mind will open up automatically, It will be much more open to receiving the information because it's not held so tight. That's beautiful. To close this session off, what advice? I'm taking the dragons because I like the dragons. What advice does Spirit have for us if we start working on balancing the physical with the emotional? The physical. So, Emerald Dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. So it says, good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection and align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. Well, that's what she's doing. But in order to be able to do that, it's also funny. We're getting a lot of greens and pinks. So to me, that's always a lot of heart energy, but it's also nature. So we need to go out and walk around, do what it is we like doing, go for a run, go for a swim. If the swimming pools are even open, I have absolutely no idea, but that's okay. I mean, you get the drift. Just get moving, because that's what will get your earth energy, your masculine energy, your feminine energy more and more aligned. So do you have any additional advice? Yeah, there's another dragon for us. Alpha Dragon harnesses the divine masculine power of creation. Oh, yeah, well, that's perfect. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. So, masculine power of creation. So if you feel like you're blocked there, you can use the Alpha Dragon energy to help you harness that power. And it's important also to keep visualizing your dream instead of feeling like it's not possible. You can focus on manifesting your dream, because that will also impact greatly the way you feel. Do you have any last words of wisdom for this healing session? Activated Earth. Well, power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. Okay, so this is also clearly showing us earth energy. So the message for the healing session is very clear. In order to be able to balance these energies, we need to get moving and we need to get feeling. And very important, when we start feeling, don't immediately start learning the lessons, but give yourself a bit of time to just feel instead of always being running. Taking the break is important. Giving yourself time to just heal is important without having to understand everything that you are going through, because you don't need to. You can trust that the universe is giving you what you need. Okay. Beautiful. I feel like this deck wants to say something else. I already had that earlier. Let me check. Okay. Yeah. This is just reinforcing the strength, like the strength with which we are focusing on learning lessons, you know? And that's very solar plexus energy. It's burning energy. It's ego energy. It's the energy of wanting to be right. It's the energy of being in control. It's the energy of forcing to make things happen in a very forceful, strong way. But that can be brought into balance by going out. Because I also feel that maybe this is what we fear a lot. This is like a great source of fear. Like if we stop running, the lion will come and eat us. But the lion is a powerful animal that's here to support us. But if we give him too much power, if we feed into his dark side too much, yeah, he might be able to eat us. But that's not what he would do if he were balanced. He would be gently guiding you instead of making you run. So remember the lion. There's also a lion card in this deck. Of course, he's not showing himself if I want to find him quickly. Well, actually, he is. Look. Look at that. Gut instincts, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. This, where we started out, the balancing of the magician and the high priestess, the reason they're out of balance is because we're trying too hard. But these two cards here are here to tell us that we have the instinct, and it's supple, it's flexible, it's there, and you just need to open up to it, and then it will express itself in a beautiful, powerful way where you can rely. This is leadership, like inner leadership. So you are able to sense, you are able to know, you are able to trust. And that's what you will be healing after watching this healing session. So I wish you a strong connection to your chakras, especially the root, the sacral one, and the third eye, and also the solar plexus, because that's where the lion lives a lot of the time. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, I wish you the memory of being super loved, because that is what you are and who you are. Bye.